Now at noon, we're tracking the busy Thanksgiving weekend rush and the impact severe weather could have on those around the country. Plus, this holiday season, the government is asking people flying to dress a little better.
I wouldn't want to see anybody that just looks like they're just lounging in their home.
Now, we speak to travelers at PDX about how they are balancing comfort and respect, and later.
Well, that doesn't, wait a minute. And then we realized it was a pig. And that was a whole different situation.
A man gets a little help taking care of this 250-pound pet pig. And thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Gordon. Heading first to the latest in Southeast Portland, where police say a pedestrian was hit and killed in a crash. This happened on Cesar Chavez Boulevard near Southeast Lincoln Street shortly before 6 this morning. Police have confirmed the driver of the vehicle stayed on scene and is cooperating with investigators. Lanes were closed during the investigation but have since reopened. The cause of the crash is unknown. All right, let's get to Chris McGinnis now for the bigger picture for our holiday traffic. Chris?
Yeah, a lot of folks on the road at this noon hour, and obviously it's wet and lots of people and lots of slow spots. You can see with all the cameras behind me. Let's just give you a little round robin here across the area, getting across the Glen Jackson Bridge out of Clark County this afternoon. 16 miles an hour. That drive's a little slow. If you're heading to PDX, just know that it's probably going to take you a few extra minutes there. I-5 through North Portland, we had some earlier trouble that has cleared within the last 30 minutes, but traffic is really slow still both directions there. And last but not least, down into the Wilsonville area, this is going to be a slog this afternoon as a lot of folks head south into the valley. You can see that southbound commute already building there. Speaking of south, the drive through Lynn County right now, a little rough as well. Tim, we've had a couple of issues along I-5 in the Albany area. They have cleared, but you can see the yellow and orange lines out there at this noon hour. So in the rain with lots of people on the roads, just be patient. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah, stay safe. Chris, thanks very much and happy Thanksgiving to you. Well, we are tracking one of the busiest travel days this year, the day before Thanksgiving. And for some passengers traveling by air, severe weather could impact their holiday plans. NBC's Tom Costello has more.
Across the country this morning, the final push to Thanksgiving in a record travel week. And at airports and on the roads, weather already causing disruptions.
Rain was torrential. The thunder and lightning were like crazy.
With fierce snowstorms hitting the Midwest, semi-trucks jackknifed and blocking traffic in Minnesota. This video showing a vehicle sliding off the road in North Dakota right near a fire crew. Further east, traffic blocked up after this fiery tractor-trailer crash in Virginia. And Americans are facing some delays at the nation's airports. Yesterday in Atlanta, flights slowed to a crawl as a tornado was feared near the airport.
The tower is evacuating and going down to minimal staffing,
forcing air traffic controllers out of the tower for 10 minutes. Every airline has predicted record travel this week. American says it spends months preparing for Thanksgiving.
American is flying 81,000 flights over this entire holiday period. That's higher than last year. And by the way, all airlines report 45,000 more seats are filled this year.
But volatile weather remains the wild card, forcing airlines to pull out their backup plans.
Is this a plan you're kind of making up as you go, or is there literally a folder with a whole bunch of plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
We actually have a playbook that walks us through every step of the way. Weather's coming, execute the plan, get customers back on track.
For Carly and Amelia Huffaker, it's been a long trip.
Actually, on our way here, we got delayed by 5 hours. So that was...
With the one-year-old?
With the one-year-old, trying to keep her busy.
The expert advice from flight attendants.
Have an empty water bottle that you can fill up on the other side. Bring a protein bar in case you get stuck.
For travelers, the word of the week.
For me, it's being patient and just hoping for the best.
You've learned your lesson over the years?
Yes, many years.
Yeah, patience is good. Let's check in now on our weather. Rods, the roads are pretty wet out there, right?
Now here locally, I'm a big Tom Costello fan, always have been. I think it does a great job. But with that said, the weather is actually pretty quiet across the country at this hour. Here's a look at temperatures. There is a cold push of air that you see the blue. These are current numbers, but Chicago's 34, and they're forecasting mainly just traceable amounts of snow showers in the air. They are windy, and Chris has been seeing some delays out of Chicago because of gusty winds coming off the lake to about 30 miles per hour. And the other snow shower activity up in northern Minnesota and parts of the Dakotas, not where big airports are, so really having minimal impact on the overall national travel scene. And here's what I'm talking about. Is there a big storm anywhere? And the answer is no, there's not. Here's a look at some scattered rain showers across New England and back into New York State. But really the entire southern half of our country is dry. This is some snow shower activity over the Rockies, but no big storm. And then we have our light rain that's moving in. So let's get to that. Here's Portland. Now all of this is moving up to the north. So it is going to be, I mean, look at it. It's light stuff, but it's steady. And it's going to be with us for a good chunk of the afternoon hours. You get some drying coming down to Eugene, and we are still projecting that we will actually have a dry evening, but we got to get all that rain up through our area between now and then. It is warm out. Kelso 51, Portland 48, and Salem 51. Again, a steady light rain afternoon, but a dry evening coming. Your complete forecast up in just a bit.
We'll look forward to that, Rod. Thank you. Well, for those who are headed to the airport the next few days, the Transportation Secretary wants you to bring back what he's calling the golden age of travel. That includes asking flyers to be more respectful and maybe up their clothing choices. Devin Haskins explains.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
A video campaign to try and restore civility in the air. The Department of Transportation calling it the golden age of travel, or at least how flying used to be.
We respected the dignity of air travel and the men and women who made the dream possible.
When they traveled back in the day, it used to be suits and ties and like nice attire.
Today, you'll see everything from suits and ties to jeans and a t-shirt, or just plain old pajamas.
I don't want them in their pajamas. I know Sean is against that, but otherwise, people seem to be fine.
Department of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy in New Jersey on Monday asking travelers to dress with respect.
I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave a little better. Let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come to the airport.
Yeah, I'd just rather be comfortable, but also like not wanting to make other people feel uncomfortable, I guess. But I mean, I don't see a problem with wearing like a hoodie and sweatpants.
The heart of the campaign is really just asking travelers to be nice to those around you and airline staff. The DOT cites a 400% increase in unruly behavior since 2019. But the peak of those incidents was in 2021 during the height of the pandemic and mask mandates. In the years since, unruly behavior reports have fallen from nearly 6,000 reports in 2021 to just over 1,400 so far this year. Some have seen it.
Just not being respectful, taking emotions out on negative emotions out on people that they shouldn't be.
Others not.
And I haven't noticed that at all. In fact, I noticed people being kind.
The DOT says the better travelers dress, the nicer we are. So is wearing pajamas or dressing down really that bad?
It just seems stupid, inconsiderate.
It was a mixed bag of reactions at PDX.
I'm going to be sitting for a long time and I want to feel comfortable.
I wouldn't want to see anybody that just looks like they're just lounging in their home.
In Portland, Devin Haskins, KGW News.
Well, with many people's long weekends getting started after work today, state agencies are reminding people to rethink the drink and make safe choices around drinking alcohol. Binge drinking can contribute to unsafe driving and other dangerous behaviors, obviously. The Oregon Health Authority encourages healthy hosting by providing non-alcoholic beverage options as well. And pace your drinks by alternating alcoholic drinks with water or setting a personal limit before you arrive and then sticking to it. And plan for a safe ride by arranging a designated driver, using a ride share, or taking public transportation. Well, as you may remember from the government shutdown, Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire next month if Congress doesn't extend them. The Oregon Health Authority tells us nearly 35,000 Oregonians would lose financial support if the subsidies aren't extended. That's because they would no longer qualify. We also learned rural and older Oregonians will feel the effects the most.
Most people are not going without insurance because they're still seeing a value of being covered. So what we're finding is that folks are actually just reducing their plan to a lower coverage tier.
Republicans have said they plan to hold a vote on extending the subsidies, though the timing remains uncertain. Some Republican lawmakers have also suggested offering direct health savings account payments as an alternative. So in the meantime, if you rely on Affordable Care Act subsidies, the Oregon Health Authority recommends talking with a state expert to find an affordable option. Open enrollment for the Oregon Health Insurance Marketplace runs through January 15th.